men are rising to prominence, then falling. Not because they lack talent, but because they lack sexual self-control. The average man is enslaved by lust, and he will go wherever an attractive woman leads him. My brothers, when your manhood is anchored to your libido, you're always one temptation away from losing everything.
It'll take everything from you. I mean, it took everything from me. It happened in my parents' marriage, and I was really, you know what I think people don't realize? I don't think people realize until it happens how many lives are affected.
Think about every story out right now. It's men dealing with sexual immorality. Diddy, your boy in office. It's like the one thing that brings most men down is this quenchless thirst for lust.
I'm just wondering how different is overindulgence and like selfish ambition?
I mean, I think
I am troubled by a pattern I keep seeing. Whether you're in the spotlight or not, men are rising to prominence, then falling. Not because they lack talent, but because they lack sexual self-control. Even in the streets, if someone wanted to set up a drug dealer, they didn't send a hitman first. They sent a woman. Why? Because the average man is enslaved by lust, and he will go wherever an attractive woman leads him. For it is even written, she seduced him with her flattery, and he followed her like an ox to the slaughter, not knowing it would cost him his life. My brothers, when your manhood is anchored to your libido, you're always one temptation away from losing everything. Unfortunately, some men won't hear the warning until they've already lost it all.
Wow.
Come on, Skip.
Wow.
What do y'all think?
Go ahead, sir.
truth. Shannon Sharp's situation, he got into a bad situation where it should have made sense just logically, but it didn't, because you're thinking with the wrong ideas. You know what I mean? Like the stuff he admitted to, I was like, wow, that's way beyond anything that I would have ever imagined or thought. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just.
What about the larger problem men are having? I mean, think about every story out right now. It's men dealing with sexual immorality.
Yeah.
Diddy,
Wow.
your boy in office.
Yeah.
Shannon Sharp. I mean, literally, it's like the one thing that brings most men down is this quenchless thirst for lust.
Yeah.
What are we supposed to be doing about that?
I think it's men and women. I think
Yeah.
it should say man instead of men. It should be man.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely
But
both. You're right.
it goes back. David, all the great men in the
Samson.
Bible, man, dealt with the same thing. That's what we was talking about earlier. There's nothing new under the sun. It's the same situations over and over and over. And it comes back to dealing with that relationship with God. Lord, this is in me. Please take it out. You know what I'm saying? Spending that time with God, because we born and shaped in iniquity, man. We born. And then if you got uncles and aunts like me, 9 of them, from the time you a little kid, man, you watching Porky's Revenge. And you watch, this stuff is being instilled in you. That's right. And just because you become an adult doesn't mean that stuff is gone, man. Right. Now you peeking through windows and you peeking through, you know what I'm saying, man.
Yeah.
But I think it's uniquely a challenge for men. I mean, most of the women, I don't hear a lot of women's scandals where they couldn't control their lust. I mean, there's some, but to me, it's a lot of men's stories where this is a unique, to me, issue for us.
Yeah.
What are what, you know?
I was thinking you was like, I mean, I hear stories of female teachers having
Yeah,
sex
man.
with
I guess
kids. Like it ain't
I guess I'm
nothing.
talking about there's a
But, I mean,
lot of men's stories.
Yeah, but
about
there's
that.
a
There
lot
definitely are a lot
Because
of men.
scientifically,
Yeah.
we got
Yeah.
testosterone in us, and it pushes. Make it past 45, man, you'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? It'll calm down a lot. You know what I'm saying? But,
Just wait till
you know what I'm saying? But I'm saying, man, you know,
leadership past 45.
you know what I'm saying? But we got, there's scientific things about
Man,
us
it's-
that make us more drawn
It's
to
brothers
that.
in their 50s and 60s getting caught up.
They ain't struggling as much.
Yeah.
You know, but you know,
I've always looked at it from a practical standpoint. Like I don't have the energy to balance a double life. I just never, it never occurred to me to be like, I'm gonna try to hide this and then work so hard to hide and lock my phone and be this person. Like I could just be with one person and watch a movie and get a nice meal and chill, like, and enjoy life and enjoy my walk with Christ. It just, to me, has always been about that. But I do understand, and I know brothers and sisters in Christ that I still like pray them through different situations, because it's like, man, it'll take everything from you. I mean, it took everything from me. It happened in my parents' marriage, and I was really, you know what I think people don't realize? I don't think people realize until it happens how many lives are affected by that stuff. But you know who does realize it? The enemy. He realizes, like, man, if I can just get this man to do this to his wife, his children are going to be affected, and his son might go out and do the same thing, and then the behavior, and then their friend groups will break up, and then they won't have Bible study anymore. They won't have congregation. They won't have fellowship. It's just so many
Sin
different
destroys,
things.
man.
Yeah.
Sin destroys.
Yeah. And so I feel like that's a big issue. But with Shannon Sharp, man, he was just, there's that part where you get prideful, you get greedy. I mean, he was saying this stuff on his show.
Yeah, he was.
Talking about, the different young ladies and all the different women, and, I want me a this woman. And all.
Didn't he tell Monique, I can't?
Yeah,
she was
yeah.
like, you better leave them little girls alone.
Yeah,
I
she said,
can't.
leave them little girls alone. And he said, I can't.
He said,
She
I
go
can't.
get you somebody that's going to cook for you.
She said,
Tried.
no,
man.
Monique, no.
No, but the
And
funny
then-
part is that was the warning.
Yep.
Monique was the warning.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Cat.
Cat
Williams,
yeah.
Ocho Cinco was like, hey, you need to find Christian
Come on,
woman. You
come
need to
on,
get it.
But he was just joking. That's the problem.
No, but
You
I
got
mean, I
them
think
little
but-
jokey friends
no,
that-
no, but I think at the same time he was trying. I think
I don't
Ocho
think
was
he's
trying to be like,
joking.
man, you need to get a more mature woman.
Yeah.
Not like.
playing
But he
around.
was like, Shannon was
Yeah.
like, I want a porn star. And he named the
Yeah.
porn star name. So it's like, at the same time, as a man, I guess the question goes, as a man, a successful man,
Lord help.
when do you change? When do
Yeah,
your heart
exactly.
change to be saying, like, let me settle down? Because at your age, at his age, why are you still basically paying for sex?
He has no relationship
Yeah.
with the Father, man.
Yeah.
What I'm worried about is whether he does or not. There's people who do that are struggling with this.
Yeah.
Right.
What do you
Yeah, true.
what are the ways, I would just say, how are you battling lust? Married, single, how are men of God battling lust? Because there's a lot of people that I would say were men of God and not that have fallen into this. It takes out everybody.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
I'm just wondering how different is overindulgence and like selfish ambition?
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like they're very similar. If you are a man who's like running so hard after a thing, and you get to a point of success, you're like, I'm supposed to have all of these things. If it's selfish ambition, it's like, I'm supposed to get everything I want. I've worked this hard. I've done all of these things. You know what I mean? So then it's like, how does that not translate to your romantic, sexual, you know what I mean, realities? How does that not translate to that?
I think I'm not gonna say this person's character because I don't really know, but I think Steph Curry is a good example of showing like your wife is involved in everything you do. Like,
But
you
he's
can be-
saved.
He is, and
I'm
that's what
talking
saying.
like generally.
Oh,
if
you're
you're
saying
not if you're not
non-believer.
saved, because is Shannon claiming?
He does.
Okay.
Does he?
I did
He
not
claims
know
Christian.
this.
Jesus?
Christian.
He does.
Oh, wow.
He
I did not
does,
know
but He
this.
plays around with it.
Okay.
Mm.
Well,
Yeah.
I guess generally,
Yeah.
how would you say that overindulgence is different from like selfish ambition?
I mean, I think the number one thing that hurts me when I see people get successful is they forget where they came from. They forget the tears. They forget the prayer closet. They forget asking God to bless this, to give them the talent to do this and do that. And then they go out there and they get it, and it looks completely different. The person even looks different. I was talking with someone who has a friend who just blew up. Seemed like it was overnight, multimillionaire. And we were watching on Instagram this person's behavior, and we was like, yo, like it's kind of sad. Kind of sad that it came to this, you know? And so I think they get to this point where they start forgetting about, I don't want to say forget about God because that would be wrong because I don't know this person, but they start forgetting about the things that they used to cling to. You know what I mean? Like when you're when you're in situations, you cling to your word. You cling to the Father. You cling to, God, help me understand this. Help me get out of this. Help me get through this storm, this season. And then when you get out of it, it's real easy to just go back to bad habits.
So you think that they're clinging on to God, not like their ability to get to a place. Because that's what I'm talking about, ambition. Like, to get to the NFL.
Ambition is
But I'm saying selfish ambition. That's the clarifier.
I guess you tell me if this is selfish. I remember being single, struggling with lust, and it's like lighting a fire in your house. It's like it becomes an obsession. And I remember I wrote it in one of my first spoken word pieces where it was like, you feel like you're almost like seeking the satisfaction that you can't reach. But when you try to stop thinking about it, it's like it's like it gnaws at you. Like I gotta see, I gotta feel, I gotta experience. It's an obsession. So I don't selfish ambition. I guess it's not like you're trying to. I know what you mean by trying to conquer.
Okay.
I don't know if it's a conquering mentality, but it's more of a like
Internal.
this thing is just gnawing at you, and you can't get rid of it until you get it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And so what I'm saying is how do you battle that for a young man, for a person that's married, for a person that's 50? How do you battle when you get obsessed?
I would say a couple things. Don't feed it. I think that's the number one thing.
Yeah.
Because if you're feeding it, then it's going to grow.
Yeah.
And if you're feeding it and it's growing more than your spirit, then you're going to lose all the time.
Yeah.
And I think also too another thing is pride and lust. I think go hand in hand. I think using Shannon Sharpe as an example, I think in his mind that he's like, I deserve this. Like you kind of said that, like I deserve to have this. I deserve to have what I want. So it's like my pride in me was saying like, I can go get with a young OF model because I deserve this. I deserve
I've
that.
worked hard to get here.
So I think
it.
sometimes I really think two sins can go well. It could be a good tag team, and I think pride and lust is a good tag team because one defends the other one. You know what I'm saying? Pride defends lust. You know what I mean? And it tells you don't need to tell nobody about this.
Yeah,
that's the
that'll be embarrassing.
Yeah.
I'm justified.
private.
I'm also justified
Yeah.
because I have made this much money. I've been this successful, so I get to do what I want to do because I'm on a different standard.
Yeah, I just want to go back to practical. I'm trying to think back through like what helped, right? And I would say there's no like strategy. You could, there's like apps you could put on your laptop and stuff to help you.
Right.
The first thing that I had to do to help me was actually say, God, please take it away. Because honestly, you have to be honest.
you
Because
gotta
some
come to the
people
end
don't
of yourself.
want to take it away.
Right.
Yeah.
You like the feeling of chasing and seeing and all that kind of stuff. So you have to be willing to say, God, please, I want to be better than this. And so, and for a lot of people, you have to even know it's possible. A lot of people, they come to me and they're like, are people actually not looking at porn? Are people actually not cheating on their wives?
Yeah.
There's people who genuinely believe it's impossible.
Yeah.
There's people I know that they have said out loud, everybody cheats on their wife. They believe that.
Yeah.
So if you don't even believe it, you've never
Okay.
met anybody who's genuine,
Jesus.
how would you even know? So first you got to know that it's possible. Then you have to ask for it. The only changes I saw in my heart was when I said, God, make me into the man you want me to be.
Now, was it?
I can't
was
willpower
it easy?
my way out of it. It's you wake up and you realize every single day you wake up and you realize, wow, God is answering the prayer. It's not all the way gone yet. I still have stumbles. I still had this and that. But it's like, God, you're taking it from me. And I remember the day when I was like, here's the test. Like I remember being 20 something, whatever. Looking through channels, and when you see the little N pop up on the screen, right? It's like, I know what that means. That means if I watch this, I'm gonna see something I want to see.
Yeah.
You have to, God will start catching it earlier to where it's like, some people, it's like lust is when I'm deep into the website.
Yeah.
No. It starts at the first thought.
Yeah, that's right.
It's like,
Right.
why, I don't even want to watch that. Why would I want to do that?
Yeah.
Why do I want to get my
But-
mind down that rabbit hole?
And
You know what I'm
that
saying?
what you're saying is so deep. It brings me to think about how he delivered me from some things. Do you remember in the scriptures where it said, even the Son of God had to learn obedience by what he suffered.
Yeah.
So for me, a lot of things got broken out of my life because of the suffering that I was going through with it.
Man, that's so
You know what I'm saying? I would smoke so much, my mind would be so cloudy. It wasn't even like, it was just instant when I finally said, man, I'm tired of people calling me and I can't even talk to them on the phone, or I'm tired of hurting these girls and they're crying and creating these soul ties with these females. Yeah. And now I got to go through all of that stress dealing with that. And I suffered. And that's what made me say, all right, you did it then, God, because I don't want to, I can't deal with the weight anymore.
You know what it is?
Really
this goes back to
our
topic with Kev on stage. Because, again, I was a virgin when I got married, right? I was finding pride in the fact that I hadn't had sex, but I'm a teenager struggling with looking at pornography. Yeah. So you think you're okay because you're not doing the big thing.
Right.
But you're struggling in the same way. You're having the same sins. And that was what my piece was about. It was that I'm having sex with these internet people in my mind. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like you're still allowing yourself to lust. You're still allowing yourself the same satisfactions. So it's like, okay, am I really doing that great? Yeah. So it's just being honest with yourself and realizing it's like, okay, you have to want better. You have to know there's better. You have to want better, and you have to wait for God to do it. Like when I, it wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna hunker down and no. It was like you wake up one day and like, wow, I hadn't even thought about that in a long time. Wow, God is really
He gives you the will and the
he's
power.
Pulling that out of me. Like the only thing that it's like I'm dedicated. I'm gonna be in His face. Yeah. But I'm not. The more I obsessed about trying to not do or do, you're right there with it again. Yeah. But when you just focus on Him, you'll look up and you'll be like, wow, I didn't even, it's the last time I even saw it.
I think confession also is a big thing too.
I was just about to say that.
I think confession is a big thing because I know for me, when I told my wife what I was struggling with porn, that changed everything. And it felt like the breaking.
Bring the light on it.
The light on it. And then also, I think God revealed to me that it was idolatry. Like it was an idol. Like you were worshiping another idol. Yeah. And it was like, oh wow, that was very convicting.
To me, it was getting rid of the company that I kept. I remember being a single guy and going out with the married guys at the church, and they were looking and they were like, "That's my type right there." Oh yeah, oh man, oh she could get it, yeah. And I was like, "Oh, but they're married men. These are Christian men." Yeah. And then I hung more around you guys, the whole FMG crew, and I was like, "Yo, this is where it's supposed to be. This is what it's supposed to be like when you fellowship. It's supposed to be. We had Bible study." People don't know that. We had Bible study on Fridays before we even did a show on Saturday. So we had accountability. And another thing that really works for me is this, man. I wear a bracelet every day on my arm. It's got my wife and my kids' names on it.
Oh, that's dope.
And whenever I go out and I'm out to do something hard, like work is hard for me. I do sales, door to door. And I look down and I say, I'm doing this for them. Yeah. Not for myself. I'm doing it for them. And so everything else that I consider doing or that the enemy drops into my mind, I look down and I'm like, I'm doing this for them. Yeah. God and them. That's it. So as long as and then also when you go through that hurt, when you are in a part of a split up family because someone's selfishness, you start to say, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be that person that causes this happen to my children. I'm not going to let
when you are the one that caused it.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine what that does to you.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying? It creates an obedience in you because you suffer. Seeing your kids suffer, seeing the wife that you once loved suffer, and now she can't stand you. It's like, what is wrong with me? You know what I'm saying? When you get to that what is wrong with me stage, now you're on your way.
Yeah.
You're on your way.
And then also, I mean, just to be real, like you were saying earlier, like this is not just a man thing.
Yeah.
Like it's some ladies struggling with stuff that God is like, you're hearing our testimonies, you're hearing everybody's testimonies, but use that too. Just because you're a woman doesn't mean that freedom isn't for you. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to struggle either. Like use some of the tips we're saying, like you know what I mean, to help you as well. You know what I mean? And I think sometimes we automatically think it's just like men just watch porn. No, women watch porn too.
Man, I got a tip for believers. Can I share the tip for the believers? Men, and this is for the men and Christian men and women that date each other and fornicate. Christian people that do this, right? Yeah. You'll have a brother that fornicates with a sister, and then it goes south, and the sister always says, God is gonna punish you for what you did to me. And the brother's over here like, we both did the same thing together. If he's gonna punish me, he's going to punish you as well. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I think just because we're different, men and women are different, we all deal with the same struggles, but we deal with it differently. You know what I'm saying? We're more outspoken with it. Women are more, their bodies tend to follow their emotions and their heart towards a person. Ours, we can just lay anywhere and not feel anything. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's that man-woman difference that we got to keep into perspective. But we're all guilty of the same thing if we both participate in it.
Yeah. So hopefully some of that helps. And at the end of the day, it's if you make your life about God, if you make your life about pleasing Him, some of this stuff is just it's just gonna go against who God is making you into. You just whoever you are at the moment, you make that decision to say, God, I'm all in. I'm yours. This is not just gonna be a part-time thing. It's gonna be a full-time thing with me. You'll just see to go back to that will feel like you're putting weights back on your body. I remember the day where I felt like I was free, you know what I mean? Like really free. It felt like I didn't have to hide nothing. I didn't have no secrets. I didn't have to confess nothing. Like that freedom of like, whoo.
Feels great.
I don't even got nothing to say no more. Like, now this is past like that you will never want to give that freedom up. It's heavy. I remember hiding and it's so heavy, man. Get that stuff off of you. It's a freedom. It's nothing to brag about. It's something to be like, thank you, God. Like it's unbelievable feeling like you have that pressure off you. It's just do it.